Yeah, Mongolia is still fighting. Oh, they are smashing the Markleek now. They managed to turn it around. Ungar and Sternberg is probably going to become the second Khan. Khan! That type of Khan. Fuel refining is done. Excellent. Let's make sure all of the industry is happening. Now, how is the refitting process? It's going quite a lot quicker now, but there's still so many ships to do. Good grief. When do my troops arrive? Oh, there they are. Just when you ask that, Mordred. That's when they arrive. Alright, so what do we want to do? I mean, ideally we kind of want to cut the USA in half if we can. And seize a bunch of these cities so that we can get their production. And we also need to get this crossing, otherwise they're going to keep on attacking Norfolk. So let's grab you lot. And let's send you over this way. Rhineland unrest. Workers in the Rhineland are protesting against the recent anti-leftist actions of our government, especially the scandalous crackdown of the FOD, which many Rhenish citizens had viewed as a legitimate institution free of serious syndicalist influence and strong in its support of the working man. Well, Erich von Ludendorff dies. Even after his death was reported early this morning, Erich von Ludendorff remains one of the most controversial people in German history. On the one hand, he was a hero of the Weltkrieg, the orchestrator of the German victory in the 1919 fall of France. On the other hand, most Germans haven't forgotten the ensuing military dictatorship that only ended when Admiral von Tirpitz forced him to retire after the infamous Osthilfskandal. Osthilfeskandal. Oh, Ost something scandal in 1924. Although Ludendorff still received some honours for his service, like his knighthood, the former quartermaster general mostly led a secluded life in his estate afterwards. Let's remember the genius and not the dictator. Ah! I can support the AUS officially. We should support Huey Long and the American Union State fighting against the corrupt federal government and the syndicalists alike. Do it. We should have enough guns. Oh, no we don't actually. We should be producing quite a few guns though. Now we will be. Oh, the other thing I should do is double check. What? One of my submarines sank? Are you being refitted? Please tell me you're being refitted somewhere. No, I think it sank. You're down to... Oh no, it's detached. You're good. Yeah, they're all still in training. What about the Air Force? How's that looking? You can stop drilling. Actually getting experience very quickly, which is quite impressive. And how far are we from organising the youth so I can get my manpower at last? No offensive line? No? Okay. Apparently you don't like offensive lines. There's another Charleston here. Interesting. Is that just not working for you or for anyone? Is this a legit bug? It's working for you. Just not you for some reason. There's a bug in Hearts of Iron with three-way civil war. No lines for you. Oh, goody. Ah, good. You're doing the opposite to what the USA usually likes to do. Attacking from Norfolk instead of into. I approve of that. More support equipment. Thank you, Middle Africa.
Zum Ausrücken. Befehle? Zuhören.
The Russians are here. If we can take Washington and Baltimore, that would be huge. I mean, if we can take New York, that would be even better. I'm not going to hold my breath, though.
Weiter, weiter.
Onwards, onwards.
Achtung. Bereit. Angetreten. Angetreten.
We have motorized, so we should get there faster. The first Syndicalist Internationale, held in Paris, dealt with spreading the ideology overseas, supporting syndicalist movements and strengthening the ties between existing syndicalist nations, and thanks to the gathering success, the Second Internationale has been called to be held in London. Representatives from the entire world were greeted by a British artillery salute, a Scottish bagpipe chorus, and an overall warm reception. As Europe rolls closer and closer to war, military and economic cooperation between the syndicalists is expected to be the primary topic of discussion, and France and Britain will once again call the shots in the Internationale's policy. Oops. Is Washington still the capital? No. What is Denver? Fair enough. Aha. The Mongols won their war. It is done. And the Oath have been organized. Right. Where do we want to go from here? Subsidies for Siemens would allow us to get our production up and running. Getting the extra research slot would be quite nice. Don't really mind the naval plan right now. We could also get more stability up and running. More stability would mean more construction, would also mean more political power. Meaning more upgrades. While we've already made good progress in some of the more traditional fields relevant to industry, engineering, chemistry, physics, some of our scientists want funding to conduct research into some more esoteric matters. Though profit may not be immediate, the long-term potential is immense.
Achtung! Ausrücken!
No, hold on. Stop.
Achtung!
So annoying I can't set that up.
Angetreten. Befehle.
You're already going that way. Good. You can support the guard. Germany in the Second Congress of the Internationale. The Congress is received with anxiety in Germany. With the economic crisis not completely solved, every increase in socialist activity is a threat to the Reichsmacht and the German Empire. In his latest speech, the Kaiser has condemned the socialists, but words are not enough. Action should be taken as well. How are you doing for numbers? Oh, good grief. 120 divisions, maybe? You're up to 60? Industrially, we're actually almost the same as the syndicates. And America dwarfs both of us industrially, but has far fewer soldiers. Okay. Really hope that we can take New York and all of that. The fall of Denver, Minutemen militias have been fighting sparse skirmishes with the federal government across the Great Plains. Today, their efforts came to a close as they finally descended into the city of Denver after a large-scale assault across the South Piat Valley. Denver being the capital of Colorado and the main federal stronghold in the Great Plains. The fall of the Queen City of the Plains indeed seems to be a major upset for the future of the United States, and as fighting dies down in the South Piat Valley, many experts agree that the federal government is now almost certainly to capitulate to the Minutemen. Oh, that's to us. Oh, hello. There we go. I was going to say who's going to get the most of this land, but I suspect we will. Especially if we take more of their big cities.
Unter Beschuss. Bereit zum Ausrücken.
How did the Syndicalists manage to get a pocket in Washington State? They have uprisings in various big cities. That's how. I think I want some more fuel gain per oil, because I am a little bit concerned about our oil supplies. Synthetic oil is done. Let's start working on the next one, which is going to be fuel gain from refineries. Outskirts of Washington. This does not bode well. Come on, people, push! Looks like they were attacking to here. Syndicalist revolutionaries in Switzerland. Chaotic reports are coming from the small mountain republic of Switzerland, stating the Syndicalist revolutionaries have established in the capital of Bern. Switzerland has long had a problem with Syndicalist activism in western French-speaking regions of Haute-Savoie and Romandy, but never have they had any revolutionary forces act so openly against the government. With the speed and effectiveness of the revolutionary forces, many suspect the direct involvement of the French Commune, who have long agitated for a cessation of French-speaking land. While there is fighting in and around other parts of the country, it seems that the Syndicalist forces hold the capital for now. That is not good. That is in fact double plus ungood. I don't want to send my tanks and things over here, but I think I'm going to have to. Just so we have a bulwark, we can always rotate them out. Oh, look at that. I can actually put lines on the map and draw pretty lines. Pretty lines. Alright, you lot. Attack Washington. Make sure that this is our offensive. Hopefully these reinforcements arrive on time. You're losing a lot of strength very quickly here. Washington is a bit well guarded. Yeah, they're not going to be able to do that. Need to wait for them to spread out and go somewhere else or something. That line works.
Angetreten.
Without these lines, I can't like get the planning preparation to really launch a significant attack against Washington. So the USA may actually manage to hold on to this bit, annoyingly. The Iron Guard Romania has joined the Belgrade Pact. Due to a shared hate of Bulgaria's growing power, Greece has decided to enter the Belgrade Pact with Serbia to take down Bulgaria once and for all. This could very well shake the power balance within the Balkans. Guns. Foundation of the Belgrade Pact. Serbia, Romania and Greece, the three Balkan members of the Entente with revanchist views of their own, have recently gathered in a common table of negotiations and have announced the beginnings of the Belgrade Pact. On the initiative of Serbia, several countries have convened in Belgrade to discuss the political and military situation in the Balkans. During this Congress, a new military alliance was founded, the so-called Belgrade Pact. This is clearly aimed at our former ally, Bulgaria, of whom the countries have lost territory in the Weltkrieg. If we openly announce our support for Bulgaria, it may keep the Belgrade Pact from declaring war on them. I mean, they embargoed me. This is why you shouldn't embargo Germany. Silly Bulgaria was silly. I know, let's go and embargo our former greatest ally. Can't see how that could possibly go wrong. Fine. So long as you revoke your embargo, we will enforce peace within the European continent. Less so elsewhere. CNTFAI declared war on the Kingdom of Spain. Carlos Spain's declared war on CNTFAI, and Carlos Spain's declared war on the Kingdom of Spain. And we're going to try and hold on to this entire little choke point there. Ever since the defeat of Napoleon, Spain has been plagued by violence, dissent and turmoil. No amount of pleading, deal-making and appeasement has managed to do more than paper over the cracks as tensions bubbled. Finally, they boiled over. The Spanish kingdom has been ripped apart by a three-sided civil war between the numerous factions, the loyalists of the Madrid government, the supporters of the pretender Javier, and finally the anarcho-syndicalist CNTFAI. There are already numerous reports of volunteers and equipment being shipped to Spain from all over the world to support one faction or another. Spain will be torn to shreds as the battlefield for ideological forces of the wider world. Did we ever send those guns? We did. Bionics, so Mordred, you might say I'm for peace and European integrity. Yes, you could certainly say that. And wow, yeah, Hungary seems to be losing a little bit. Okay, so who do we want the most? Oh, Kingdom of Spain, 100%. And I'm going to assume that we can still only send 4 units, right? Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Bereit zum Ausrücken. Bereit zum Ausrücken. Zuhören. Bereit zum Ausrücken. Achtung.
So, tentacle shotgun is going to be sent. And how are we doing for guns? We can send you 3,000 guns as well. Send you 50 convoys to make sure that the guns arrive. And then 3,000 of these. Okay. And then this group needs another commander, just in case something bad happens. We'll leave Manstein in charge. I think Kluger could be quite good too. No, Manstein. And then you lot just need to keep an eye on the Swiss front. Because they're naughty. Right, how's the drilling coming? Drilling, I would say, is done. Almost. And for the aircraft? Done. The Philippines request support. Everyone wants something from me. Representatives from the recently independent Philippines have approached our government with a request. They are looking for our help with expanding their mining and forestry industries, aiming on becoming a major provider of natural resources in Southeast Asia. Should we finance their projects? Not only would prevent a minor economic crisis in the country, but we will potentially gain a new friend, countering Japanese influence in the Asia-Pacific region. Yes, we'll finance you. We finance everything. Right, have my trucks arrived yet? No. Still on the way. 1937 Dutch elections. The Netherlands has traditionally been one of the most politically stable nations in Europe, and the Dutch people have for years been entrenched in their own institutional pillars, who have tended to undermine radical tendencies. Due to the economic chaos caused by the Netherlands' close ties to Germany and Middle Europa and the rise of the far-left Red Front, the nationalist VNH, the country's political situation is more tense than it has been in many years. Despite the degeneration of political policies and the rise of the powerful left-list electoral bloc, the ruling CNA coalition was able to hold on to the recent elections, albeit with a weakened majority. Unwilling to countenance a coalition with the Liberals or the right, the Conservative bloc has decided to govern alone. The Dutch do love their elections. Does the Swiss front naturally have large holes in it? I really wish it did. Just joined. What is this mess? Kaiserreich. Do any of the Scandinavian Nordic countries have unique focus trees? I think all of them do. Denmark does. Sweden, I'm fairly sure does. Yep. However, I did try Sweden's and it was horrifically broken. I don't know if it still is. Finland is the only one that doesn't. That actually surprises me a bit. Huh. So yes, 3 of them do. How are we doing for equipment? We now have 165 heavy tanks, which I would really like to add to my front lines.
Bereit zum Ausrücken.
Civil war in Spain. The legitimate Spanish kingdom of Alfonso XIII is under severe threats from anarchists and fanatics. While many are saying that this provides further proof of the terminal weakness of the House of Bourbon, a secure Spain is an important part of our defensive plans. It would be wise to help the government put an end to these threats. Send material and technical experts. Yes, absolutely. Ah, and we've finished our construction as well. Good. Continue our roads. Again, it's broken. Why does that keep happening? Here we are. And how's my fuel storage? 416,000. You know what? I feel like we should store a bit more. Let's turn Turingen. Into a fuel storage place too. The TKAB goes bankrupt. Damn! Our decision to try and keep the Deutsche Kaiserliche Abyssinian Eisenbahn running was indeed a short-sighted one. Despite our attempts to revive it, it's gone bankrupt. Well, we didn't pour enough money in then, clearly. How much experience do you need to modify an army template? 5 for a brigade, 25 for a new thingy, or... yeah, Marshall's got the numbers. I'm saving up 25 because I want my heavy tanks in my guard units. The slow war of attrition between us and the strikers has been won by the government. The strikers, seeing little success in their efforts, have decided to call off the strike. We gain political power. I mean, we seem to be hemorrhaging political power generally. That's not going well. No, that's... No, stop that, stop. Oh, don't attack with your militia, that's just wasting resources. Okay. Tucson, Phoenix, San Diego, Los Angeles, Las Vegas. I hear they're all lovely this time of year. Aha, and our Spanish forces have arrived, so we'll need to set them up too. Our Middle African Stadtholder has come to us with a request for aid. He speaks of Portugal supporting bandits that murdered German and African police and endanger our rule in Africa. What shall we do? Germans come knocking. We shall take up the matter with Portugal ourselves. Knock, knock, knock. Alright, so which is the weaker of these two factions? Probably the Carlists. Definitely the Carlists. In fact, the Carlists have more factories too. So we're going to get you lot over here. And we're going to go and try and take out Galicia. You can draw lines. What is it with you lot and not being able to draw lines? It's very annoying. No, don't do that. Trying to select that. There we are. Just doesn't work. Grrr. How close is the United States to capitulation? Not hugely. Not yet. No, I want my heavy tanks. The guard divisions will be strong. Portugal denies our request. The Portuguese government refused to discuss internal affairs with foreign nations. This is not an all and out. This is not on at all, and we shall send them a strongly worded letter reminding them of their duties to us. This is an outrage! Tell Middle Africa they can deal with it. If this means a war with Portugal, that's okay, because that's basically just another front for my war against, or for the Spanish Civil War. Like, are you sure you want to go to war with me over this, Portugal? How goes the war? Is the AOS winning or losing? I would say we're winning at the moment. I mean, we've certainly taken a ton of territory. The USA is unfortunately holding out over here, but it does look like the CSA is putting a ton of pressure on them. And we're slowly but surely taking out their Pacific territories. And this seems to be completely unguarded, so I'm very much hoping that we can take the coastline in California and then just turn those industries to our side. Where's my other car? There he is. Get over here. Just go around him. It's fine. Yes, they shall fear our strongly worded letters. You are still training. Good grief, that's taking you a while. You're done. And then there was one. That submarine is badly damaged. How's the refitting coming? Slowly but surely, there's still a lot of ships to go. Oh, but did we deploy? Yes, we did. The 2 destroyers that we built. The Austrian Empire took 14 states. Illyria took 1. Hungary was annexed. Illyria got land. Interesting. Austria didn't take it all themselves. Alright, seriously, you just need to get down here quickly. Come on! You can draw lines starting at the border of a not Civil War country with a Civil War one. Here, Spain into Portugal and obviously previously Mexico border into USA. But not one from the factions of the USA Civil War. Serbia has declared war on Bulgaria. There it goes. The powder keg has been sparked. No! Damn it. Rommel was wounded. Which is very irritating. Oh, we can change these. Eberhard von Mackensen. I'm going to guess that's Mackensen's son. Or Kluge. St. Kluge, he's slightly better at the job. A country was reborn in the Balkans after the Weltkrieg, Greater Bulgaria, the titan of the peninsula, uniting all of the Bulgarian lands and beyond. This kingdom for all Bulgarians was born with bloodshed and war, though, defeating Serbia, Greece and Romania in the Weltkrieg, a move that these three nations are still bitter about today. This tension led to the formation of the Belgrade Pact, and this alliance of Balkan states has now declared war on the Tsardom, following throwing the region into conflict yet again. Will Ferdinand I save his nation from this overwhelming force, or will his kingdom be divided once more?
Los, ausrücken! Ihre Befehle? Bereit!
Anyway, I have seen what the time is, and this is time for the stream to end. So I'm going to call this one here. We will be back in an hour. I'm just going to go and disappear and get some dinner because I'm getting rather hungry and, you know, give my voice a bit of a break. So thank you everyone for watching. I do hope you have enjoyed this. If you have, be sure to hit that follow button to get notifications when we are live again in the future. If you've really enjoyed this, then do consider subscribing. Helps the channel out and lets me do more of this kind of content. If you want to support the channel other ways, check out the Patreon, which you can find at patreon.com/MordredViking. I do have a YouTube channel, which you can find at youtube.com/MordredViking. There's loads of other Hearts of Iron content up there, mostly from Man the Guns at the moment. But this Kaiserreich series will be posted up there, as well as will more Kaiserreich in the future. And there's loads of older Kaiserreich as well, if you can't get enough of that stuff. I also have a Discord, which you should totally come and join us at. You can find that at the link that Dana has just posted. Thank you, Dana. And it's always lovely to see some new faces there, so come along, say hi. Always nice to see you. That's going to be it for me for now. Like I said, 1 hour. We will be continuing this playthrough of Hearts of Iron 4 Kaiserreich with the Germans. The German Empire will rise again, or continue rising, because it never not rose. Yeah. Cool. Thanks, everyone. See you in an hour. Goodbye. Actually, I should probably see who else is streaming. Throw them a raid, seeing as there's quite a few of you here right now. Let's see who's on. Yes, we will continue with the Germans. Oh, Republic of Play is doing Battle Brothers. You know what? I would love to show you that one. So we're going to head on over to the Republic of Play. We'll raid him. So make sure you throw in the Viking raid just like this. And if you have access to them, throw in some of the Viking horns as well. I want to see his chat bleed from this raid. So throw in loads of those Viking raids. Let's give them hell. Because they're definitely going to throw up a shield wall and try and stop us, and we just need to overwhelm that. So I want to see loads and loads of those Viking raids. Thanks everyone for watching. See you guys in an hour. Catch you then.